I will just give it a minute or so while everybody joins. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Allison DeGuide, and I'm with the Illinois Restaurant Association. I'd like to thank you for joining today's webinar, Marketing Your Business with AI Technology. Today's webinar is being broadcast in English, Spanish, and Mandarin Chinese. To listen in Spanish or Chinese, please use the interpretation button in your toolbar. This webinar is being presented by the Illinois Restaurant Association in partnership with the Cook County Small Business Source. Established to ensure businesses emerge from COVID-19 intact and positioned for growth, the Small Business Source connects small business owners with expert guidance and support. Services include no-cost business advising, resources, and events that connect small business owners with a community of advisors. For one-on-one business advising, sign up at cookcountysmallbiz.org. It's free and easy to sign up. Also, before we begin, I'd like everyone attending to know that the Illinois Restaurant Association remains a resource to you. We send regular email updates with what you need to know, and you can sign up for those on our website. For today's webinar, you can use the Q&A button to post your questions at any time during the presentation, and we'll do a Q&A session at the end. At this time, I'd like to introduce our panelists, Leslie Williams, Technology and Innovation Program Manager at the Chicago Urban League. Leslie, please take it away.
All right, thank you so much, Allison. Can you see me, hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. All right, so good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining this session. And again, thank you to the Illinois Restaurant Association for having me to present on marketing with AI this morning. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, just for time's sake, I'm going to pull up my presentation and just let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yep, it looks great.
All right, thank you. And pop up my presentation. Okay, fantastic. All right, so again, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be spending a few minutes talking about marketing your business with AI. So before I get started, I'll just tell a little bit more about myself. My name is Mr. Leslie Williams. I am the Technology and Innovation Program Manager at the Chicago Urban League. I have been in the IT or tech space for over 20 years. I have specialized in certain areas like IT administration, done some tech support with different companies, done a little bit of business tech consulting. And as of recently, I have spent a lot of time with AI, artificial intelligence, and teaching small business owners in our entrepreneurship center at the Chicago Urban League on how they can leverage that in their businesses. Outside of that, I love soccer, basketball, anything sports related, but mostly I like helping others learn about technology. Okay, so here's the agenda for today. So we're going to take a little look at what artificial intelligence is, focusing on the benefits of AI in business, take a look at a couple of real-world use cases that AI is being implemented with a couple of brands that we may be familiar with or that you're familiar with. And then we'll look at why you should use AI for your marketing. And then we'll explore a couple of ways to market your business utilizing AI. I'll try to go through a case study where we'll try to use AI to develop a marketing plan, because that's where everything should start. You should always have some plan in place. Then we'll see if we can create a website, which should be a big part of your marketing plan by using AI. And then lastly, we'll see if we can use AI to create content, specifically video content that you can use for social media or some other purposes. All right, so what is AI? All right, so artificial intelligence or AI is like giving a computer or a machine the ability to think, learn, and make decisions similar to how humans do. Just imagine if you had like a smart assistant, right, that can learn from experiences, recognize patterns, understand and respond to different types of languages, and specifically solve problems for you. Essentially, that's what AI can do. Think of artificial intelligence or AI as a smart helper for your business. So here are a couple of examples of how AI could be like a team member who's working on your behalf. It could be a smart advisor, right? It can look at data that you compiled from like your sales or interactions with your customers to find trends and probably give you advice on probably what products you could introduce or can sell to your customers that will resonate with them. Okay. Secondly, AI can be like a salesperson. Okay, AI can chat with your customers online at any time. It can answer frequently asked questions, basically freeing up your time or not having to have an actual salesperson in place. You have a virtual salesperson who is just addressing and taking care of those questions for you. And then we said it's a tireless assistant, right? AI can handle repetitive tasks, like if you wanted to use it to go through emails or booking appointments without getting tired or needing any breaks. So it's in short, AI is like having an extra set of hands and an extra brain that can help you run your business more smoothly and smartly without needing to take any breaks. So what are the benefits of AI, especially in business? So we'll just discuss four. First and foremost, AI can increase your business efficiency and productivity. Basically, how it does that is that AI can automate repetitive tasks that you normally have to do. For example, we were talking about emails or sending emails. It can do that in the background for you, that it can free up your time to do other things that are important in your business, right? Allowing you as the business owner to focus on the growth of your business. Secondly, it's a cost-effective solution, right? There are a variety of AI tools that are on the market that can handle various aspects of your business. And they have really, if you do your research or check them out, they are affordable. For example, we're going to be looking at a tool as we go through the presentation that probably you're familiar with called ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT is $20 a month, right? Which is basically affordable. You can pay to use that program or that software for a month, which is similar to you probably going out to the movies or something like that. So again, it's a powerful, affordable tool that can help you in various aspects of your business. It can also help replace manual processes, and it saves your company time and money. Thirdly, it helps with decision making, right? So AI can provide data-driven insights. Data in today's digital time is like oil, right? The more data that you have, probably heard of terms of big data, but the more data that you have about trends or about your customers that you can plug into AI, you can definitely make much accurate decisions that can affect your bottom line. If you know what your customers or your target audience is wanting, and you can use AI to make efficient predictions, that can definitely lead to you making greater sales down the road. And then you can use it to enhance customer experience or delight your customer. AI helps businesses personalize your marketing efforts, automate customer services if needed, and again, increase satisfaction. Everything starts with your customer, right? So if you're knowing what they want, you can use AI, as I mentioned, to personalize the experience, wow the customer, delight the customer, which on the back end of your customer's journey can lead to them being ambassadors, advocating for your business, going on social and saying, wow, my experience with your brand is fantastic, which as business owners, we all want to achieve, right? We want to make sure that they have the best experience ever, that they can go out and share it with others. So that's one of the benefits that AI can help you improve upon. All right, so we're going to take a look at a couple of real world examples that we probably are familiar with and how they use AI. So on the screen, we see here Nutella, right? Nutella is, probably a breakfast treat that, kids or, adults alike to use before they head out for work or for school. So Nutella is in the food and beverage industry, and, they used AI to design their packaging, right? So the idea was Nutella wanted to stand out in terms of their packaging, and make their products more desirable and, make their brand more talkable. This challenge was given to a branding agency in Italy. And what they did, they used AI and a dozen patterns to create 7 million one-of-a-kind labels as a unique and expressive way that people could resonate with. And what they came up with was a design called Nutella Unica. Nutella Unica, right? So on the next page, we can see here that they had, improved all these different labels. And the result from that was 7 million jars were manufactured for this campaign and were sold out as soon as they hit the market. Okay, so we can see how effective AI was for their campaign. All right. The second brand that we're probably all familiar with is Netflix, right? And Netflix uses AI to give personalized recommendations. So, you may have experience if you watch Netflix, if you watch certain types of shows in a certain genre, you start to see they pop up saying, hey, this show might be good for you. That show may be good for you, right? So we all know how excellent Netflix marketing is, but one thing that stands out again is their personalization. How do they do it? And how do they do it? So according to Netflix, we do this by using the data about what content our members watch and enjoy, along with how they interact with our service to get a better figuring out what next great movie or TV show they will want to watch. So essentially, the AI collects large amounts of data, analyzes it to the target audience by recommending shows, movies, and possibly artwork. The product feed that you see is personalized according to that user. So the result from that is now that Netflix knows that you're hooked and likes to see, your personalization, let's see how profitable the AI is for Netflix. So as expected, Netflix recommended engine or personalization engine is worth about $1 billion annually, resulting from their personalization grid for suggestions catered to what their viewers want to watch. So again, by them implementing that, they're able to, say, generate $1 billion from having that kind of feature, which is AI related. All right, so now that we've kind of seen a couple of real world use cases of AI, let's come and talk about you, right? Why should you use AI specifically, say, for your marketing efforts? All right, you're a busy business owner. Why would you want to add new AI tools or tactics to your already full plate? So let's explore 3 reasons why I suggest that. Okay, so as we had mentioned earlier, 1, AI can be used to automate repetitive tasks. So this is one huge benefit of using AI for business marketing is that it can automate your repetitive tasks or tasks that take up your time. This can free up valuable time for both you, probably your employees, to focus on other big picture projects to help your business move forward or grow. So again, think of it like that. For example, you have email, right? You may be checking your email, responding to certain campaigns. You can utilize an AI tool that can probably monitor your email, be triggered to send certain types of email if it comes from a certain person or it has certain types of words, things along those lines, right? So basically, the AI takes your place, responding to the emails, engaging with customers. That frees up, again, your time to deal with other tasks. Again, another purpose is analyzing data, right? And it can do it quickly. So AI tools can help you analyze and aggregate large amounts of data quickly. This equips you to make data-backed decisions that improve your marketing and probably also your advertising campaigns, right? So for example, some AI social media tools can analyze when people have engaged with your posts to provide the ideal time for you to publish new content. This ensures that your future posts will be published at an optimum time to drive engagement. So that's specifically talking about like social media, for example, on Facebook. If you want to know the best time when your target audience is online or on that specific platform, Facebook can provide data or AI can crunch data to say, well, okay, your target audience primarily comes on in the evening from say 6 to 7, that will be the best time for you to post your content so Facebook can bring it to their attention. Okay, and then thirdly, AI can be used to help you with ideation and content creation. So we know coming up with new and fresh ideas consistently can be a challenge. And this is where AI can help you out. Say, for example, right, you're a solopreneur, right? You don't have a social media manager or someone to help, with your social media efforts. So you want to come up with ideas, and to be successful on social media, you have to always be putting out relevant, consistent content. So you can use AI as that social media manager or assistant, bouncing ideas across and getting expertise, because the AI can act as an expert in that area. So you just simply ask the tool to provide suggested posts, and you get a few options at the click of a whim within seconds. And you can engage with it to find the ideal post that resonates with your brand voice, and then you can go ahead and start posting. A wonderful tool that definitely helps with that we'll take a look at is ChatGPT. All right, so now we're gonna see if we can jump in and give you guys a couple of examples of like what I would do using these tools for marketing efforts, and hopefully you guys can, emulate and perform it on your end as well. So ways in which you can use AI to market your business is one, creating a business plan, right? You can use it to whip up a mock website that you want to create. And then also you can use it for content creation. That's what I usually suggest to business owners. Is it's great for just generating content quickly for your brand. And just like what I had discussed in the previous slide, it's fantastic for doing that. So what I like to do is just bring up a case study that if for a client or a customer, right, and see what they could do or what tools I use to help them in those 3 areas. Okay, so again, we have a restaurant, right? The name of the restaurant is called the Jammin' Jerk Pit, right? It's a Jamaican restaurant, Caribbean restaurant, and it's the best restaurant in Chicago, right? As you can see from the logo. So the story is that the founder, his name is Jermaine, right? He's a passionate chef who grew up, in Jamaica. His grandmother taught him the ins and outs of cooking, and he has the aspiration to start his own restaurant, right? But his specialty is cooking. He doesn't know this whole marketing and digital marketing stuff. So we're going to try and see if we can help him in 3 aspects where he needs a marketing plan, right, to kickstart his business. He has a business plan in place, but it's now to do the marketing. He's going to want to start creating a website, but he doesn't have the budget, to hire a web developer, right? So we're going to see if AI can help him just to get started on that process. And then, he wants to then start creating content, right? He understands content is important. And with Thanksgiving approaching, he wants to create a little promo video that he could potentially use for his website or his social media efforts. All right. So let's see how AI can help him in those efforts. So the challenge number 1 is, how does Jermaine get started with his marketing plan? All right. And the solution for that is ChatGPT. All right. So on the screen, or if in the chat, you can possibly put the website. If you go to www.chatgpt.com, you'll be able to go ahead and sign up for that tool. So I'm going to bring over ChatGPT to the screen. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, so here we're at chatgpt.com. So normally when you go there, you have to sign up. I'm going to see if I can quickly sign up here. Okay, one of the easiest ways is if you have a Google account, you can just connect it. So in this case, we have, the Jammin' Jerk Pit, right? So I'm going to come here. All right, so it brought up the interface. All right, so I can see, hey, okay, with my logo, it's right there. And to the left here, these are the areas where you can possibly start chatting, and it saves the chats that you have with the platform. All right, so because of time, I'm going to try and go through quickly. So let's just say this is the free version. I recommend to everyone, if you can upgrade to the paid version, which is $20, because it just gives you some other functionality, but it's kind of like the smarter version of the two, okay? But let's go and look at the chat. So if I wanted to create a marketing plan, you have to talk to the platform and say, hey, I need help with creating a marketing plan for my restaurant, the Jam and Jerk Pit, and I want it to be ideal and resonate with my target audience. And I want you to give me detailed instructions that I can, utilize when creating this plan. So I went ahead and created a prompt that we can utilize for that. Okay, it's a pretty long prompt. Let's see if I can bring it over. Okay, just to kind of give you a gist. So you're going to tell the AI to act as like a digital marketing expert with tons of experience, right? So usually that's the best way to engage with the chat GPT, is to give it a role, give it a task, and then tell it how you want the data to look. So in this case, I told it, you're a digital marketing expert. I need you to help me develop a comprehensive content and digital marketing strategy for my business. And I outlined some goals. I want you to help with my branding, my digital marketing, my website development, SEO, social media, things along those lines, right? So I'm going to copy all of this from my document. And the last part that I said, ensure that the plan is detailed, it's actionable, and it's tailored to the unique aspects of my business. Okay, so oops, I took the wrong one. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. All right, and one of the things that you can use it as well is that you can upload documents to it. So I have a document that's like my business plan, let me see here, my master plan, right? That has information relative to the Jam and Jerk Pit. So I give that as context as well, that it can read and it can upload into its system to understand a little bit about my business. Then I'm going to paste that marketing prompt, which is telling what I want to do. And let's click this button and let's have it run. So here, let's see time-wise. Let's see, is it doing anything? Is it going to, let me try again. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Right, so we're watching as the AI is giving me recommendations for like building my brand messaging, helping with customer experience. Then it goes into a little bit of details of my digital marketing efforts. Okay, it's telling me you can probably do a little bit of online advertising by doing Google ads, using Facebook ads, probably consider doing email marketing. Now for my website, it gave me a couple of examples of like some platforms that I could go to start building a website, like Squarespace, Wix. I'm going to recommend another tool, but we're seeing that it's going down, just giving me some tactics. So let's see how long it takes for the AI just to give me a plan, right? That would normally, if we didn't have AI, that could potentially take days or weeks. You would probably have to seek out someone who is a marketer or a digital marketer and engage with them back and forth. What we're seeing here is that we've told the AI to be that person, to put on that hat, right, as an expert, and to give me some direction that again is actionable. So at the end of this process, I could copy this information once I review it, of course, because you want to make sure you can actually do what's in the plan. But you review it, see if it resonates with your brand, with your business, and you could put that into your own digital marketing, content marketing plan for your business. All right, so it's finished, right? And it says this strategy provides a clear roadmap for growing the Jamming Jerk Picks online and community presence. Following these steps will enhance your brand's visibility, drive engagement, and bring new customers through your doors. All right, let me know which part you'd like more details on. So you can actually say, hey, I don't understand a certain part, and you can continue a conversation in this chat, right? So I'm not going to do that, but again, I hope this sparks some idea of like, this is like if you had someone right in front of you who is a digital marketing expert that you can bounce ideas, talk to, get good, relevant, actionable steps that you can apply immediately to your business. Okay, so that's kind of like the takeaway that I want you guys to get from that. And as I stated, I did this earlier and I put it into a document that's called the Jamming Jerk Pick Marketing Plan. And I just copied all of the contents. It gave me my target audience, my brand positioning, marketing strategies, again, website development, what I can potentially put on my website, a menu, social media ideas. So you get the gist. So that's what I would want you guys to do, is to just have a document, a living, breathing document like this in a Word doc that you can share with people, like at the IRA. If you meet with them, they're going to ask you, hey, do you have a marketing plan? Right? So you can say, yes, I do. Oh, and you use AI to get that accomplished, right? Because we at at the development centers love it when our clients have things like this, because it helps direct us and to help you more effectively. Okay, so we can say from this experience that he got his, let's go back to the presentation. So we quickly saw that we created a business plan for Jermaine that he can utilize for the Jamming Jerk Pit. All right, so now next, let's look at the next challenge that AI can help him with. Challenge number 2. So how does Jermaine get started creating his website? Okay, so the next thing is we're going to use a tool called Durable. All right, so if you go to this website here, durable.co, all right, not sure if that can be put in the chat, but I'm going to bring that website out and show you how we can quickly create a website using AI. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing this on your screen. So this is Durable, and it says here, AI that builds a website for you. And one thing they boast about, get your business online in 30 seconds, right? With the #1 AI website builder and marketing platform. Let's see, hit that. So we're going to sign up. You can start for free. And let's see if this really does what it says in a few minutes. So what type of business are you running? I would say you can put restaurant. All right. Okay, it's going to ask you where it's located, Chicago. And Jamming Jerk Pit. I should put the Jamming Jerk Pit. All right, so it asks 3 questions, generate website. Let's see how long this takes. Okay, so we see it's going 64%, 73%. All right, let's see if it stays within its 30-second parameter. All right, wow. All right, so it's going to ask you, like, how did you hear about us? I can say, probably a friend suggested it. They're going to ask you to sign up. Just like with ChatGPT, you can just connect it straight to your Gmail, so that when you come back to the site, you just click on connect with Gmail and it will log you straight in. All right, let's give it some permissions. I do trust it. Right, so it's doing its thing. Let's see what it brings up. All right, we have something coming up. All right, So from basically just telling it three things, I'm a restaurant, I'm in Chicago, right? And I forgot the last one. The name of my business, right? It came up with this design. Okay. Now, authentic Caribbean flavors in the heart. I'm like, I didn't even tell it much about, I didn't even tell it was a Caribbean restaurant. I just said it was a restaurant, right? And it probably took from the word that I use, jamming and jerk, because jerk is a Caribbean kind of delicacy. It took that into place, right? So the AI used its own intelligence to go ahead and whip this up for me, right? So this is a nice template that I could come in, I could switch out some of these diagrams or images here with my own, right? I'm not going to, because again, of time, I can't go deep into it, right? But this tool gives you the capability to customize each part of the website. So if I had pictures, that if I had a location, I could come here, click on this location, click on this section, just go to hit edit, right? And I can switch some things out if I wanted to, right? The style, let's see if it had a picture. No, not here, right? But it gives you the capability to go ahead. If you wanted to see how it looks on somebody's computer or their tablet, you can click on it and you can see how the experience is, because that's another important thing with websites, is that you got to keep in mind people visit your websites from different platforms, more primarily from mobile devices like tablets, phones, right? Most people are going to be probably coming from your phone. So you can come, you can see how responsive the website is, that, you know, if it's on a phone, how does it look? Do they have the same experience, right? So those things are important when it comes to web development, that the customer has a seamless experience, regardless of what device they're coming from, right? You don't want people to be complaining like, oh, I go on the phone and the site looks discombobulated and jumbled and all that kind of stuff, right? You want to ensure that they have the best experience possible. So this is a wonderful tool that allows you to go ahead and develop the tool. If Jermaine had a few minutes, he could go in, start learning the tool for himself, and again, just modifying certain elements of this homepage. Another thing that's nice about this tool, on a side note, when it comes to creating content, is blogging, right? I usually recommend to clients have a blog because it helps with SEO, and it's also another way of you putting fresh content on your website. So I'm trying to see if we can create a page, and I'm going to say, okay, I want to create a blog page. So I'm going to add that to the platform here. And this tool also has the capability of using AI to write blog posts for you. So hopefully if it runs through quickly, I can give you a demonstration of that. So right, so here, it brought up, what do you want to write about? Okay, and it gave me suggestions. 10 tips for running a successful restaurant business. So I can click on this with the AI, click generate, and let's see if it creates a blog post for me. All right, so we saw in seconds, right? For those of us who, oh, how do I write a blog? What do I need to do? Do I need to do research, etc.? We saw that we just went to the platform, gave it a topic to write about, and I'm scrolling through, it wrote a blog post for me that I can save and just add to my post for me. So usually, to be relevant and to help with SEO, I usually recommend clients try to blog at least, you know, probably once a week, so that you can have some fresh content. So this is something simple now. If I do research about my target audience, know about their pain points, know what probably they're interested in, observe trends, I could come here and say, hey, this is hot right now. Let's just say jerk chicken is hot right now. Everybody's talking about jerk chicken. I could come and say, hey, I want to write a post about jerk chicken, put it in, have the AI generate it for me, read it, of course. You can make modifications, of course, because I don't always say just put it to the AI alone. AI is an extension of you. So have it create the content and then you put your touch on it. So it again aligns with your brand and your brand voice. Okay, so always review the content that it generates. But if I read through this and I said, hey, I like this, I can hit save. Right, go back to my blogs. And here's my first blog that's potentially posted. Mastering the restaurant game. Top 10 success tips. So when I launch this site and they go to my blog, that will be content that's generated there. Okay. So again, we're seeing the power of using AI just to quickly whip up a website and get my blog going so that I can, and again, the power of a blog, again, is to answer questions that potentially your target audience is looking for. And again, share your expertise as a chef, right? That people can come on, you can and read about like, oh, here's a recipe, whatever the case may be. And it long-term builds search engine optimization as it builds authority for you. Okay, so hopefully with that quick demo, that gave you a little idea. So again, because of time, I can't really go into much, but hopefully this gives you a little aha moment like, wow, he created a website in seconds, right? And a blog. Wow, AI is awesome. So lastly, going back to our presentation. Oh, sorry, wrong one. So challenge number 3, right? So how does Jermaine get started creating video content for social media? All right, so in this case, he's going to use ChatGPT and another tool called InVideo AI. All right, so his thing is Thanksgiving is approaching, and he wants to create a promo video for his restaurant, focusing on how, families can come to the Jam and Jerk Pit to celebrate and have, a wonderful time for Thanksgiving. All right. So the 2 websites, if you guys want to take a look at it, again, we had ChatGPT, and the next one is called InVideo AI. So I'm going to bring that one over. And let's see if we can quickly take a look at creating a video. So this one you can try for free. It's going to be a bit similar. So we're going to sign up. Okay, let me sign out. Okay, so here, this page, it says join with Google. So we're going to click on that. Go to the Jam and Jerk Pit. Continue. So again, hopefully you guys are seeing with the tools that I've shared how they seamlessly integrate. All right, so what should we call him? This guy is Jermaine. All right, the workspace is like Jamin Jerk Pit. And the workspace just means your business or your brand, right? So I'm using this for that. Put the Jamin Jerk Pit. Continue. How did you discover? Friend, colleague. All right, how do you want to use it for my business? All right, so I click on that. Okay, so it brings me to my interface. So a quick overview of how these tools work. So InVideo is a tool where you can take text. It will take the text that you give to it and generate a video, right? So you can tell it, oh, make me a video that has families sitting at a table for Thanksgiving. And they're like, hey, I want jerk chicken. Let's go to Jam and Jerk Pit or something along those lines, right? So you give it a script. So I'm not good at like that direction. So what I went and did is I went to ChatGPT where I can tell it to be like a video production person, right? So I'm bringing over just the tool that I use. So this is the ChatGPT platform. This is the paid version, right? But I wanted to kind of take a look at what I did. So I uploaded a document, right? Which is my master plan to give the chat context about Jam and Jerk Pit. So the business plan has, what I want to achieve, my target audience. I also consolidated, my digital marketing, everything about my business so it knows. It analyzes that information in seconds, right? Then I said, I would like to create a 30-second promo video for a Thanksgiving 2024, showcasing my wonderful Caribbean dishes. So it went through creating a script, right? Giving voiceovers. I'm just going to hover through it quickly, but it engaged with me to kind of ensure, okay, this is what I envisioned for this video or for this promo, right? Like talking to someone who's a videographer in front of me, right? I gave it and I said, I want this scene to be this way. I want the closing scene to be that way, etc. And then at the end, it generated a prompt that I can just copy and put into the NVIDIA tool. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I came here, copied the tool, right? And I'm going to go back to NVIDIA and I'm going to just say, I pasted everything in there, right? Video creation. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and hit generate a video and let's see how long it takes just to create a promo video, play it for you guys and see if that's something I could use for my promotion. All right, so I'm looking at time. All right, hopefully I got 10:40, trying to get wrapped up as soon as possible. But wouldn't that be amazing, right? In 40 minutes, right, of our time. Okay, so it tells me the audience. All right, I want to make it for food lovers. I want it to be vibrant. All right, and then the platform, probably I want to put it on Facebook. Okay, you know what? Let's make it festive. All right, so I'm going to hit continue. So let's watch. All right, in a few seconds, let's see if it creates that nice promo video and I can play it for you guys. But going back to what I was mentioning is that, again, in a short time period, less than an hour, I worked on different aspects or marketing aspects of my business. I was able to generate a draft marketing plan that I could probably sit down and review over the weekend. Secondly, I went to a platform and created like a mock website that I could then take some time to sit down and start to get my own elements like pictures of my website, things along those lines, right? And then third, okay, I want to start creating content. And as we all know, video is probably one of the biggest or the best content that you can utilize in your social media, on your website. We're all visual, right? Everyone's images are great, but based on data that we've gotten from different social media platforms, especially like Facebook, they love video, right? And then with this promo video, we can utilize it in different ways. We can just make it as a generic post on our Facebook page. We could also run advertisements, right? So since Thanksgiving is coming up, if we wanted to dabble with Facebook ads, right, we could say, okay, this post, I want it to be my Facebook ad, all right? And then utilize it there. So it's going. I know this one would probably take the longest, but it's at 37%. All right, it should be wrapping up pretty soon. So, all right, look at that. Okay, so it's done. Let's see what it whipped up, right? So I'm going to play the ad.
Thanksgiving at the Jam and Jerk Pit, where Chicago meets the authentic taste of Jamaica. Bring your family and friends to a feast they'll never forget, with dishes full of flavor and tradition. Share our signature jerk chicken, curried goat, and tropical sides made with the freshest ingredients. Toast and season with our refreshing tropical drinks, crafted to bring the island vibes to your Thanksgiving. Experience flavors passed down through generations. Every bite, an escape to the islands. Celebrate Thanksgiving Caribbean style at the Jam Jerk Pit, where every meal is a tropical escape. Book your table today at the Jam and Jerk Pit, bringing the heart of Jamaica to Chicago. So,
All right. Okay. So we just saw again, still looking at my time. All right. I had a minute to spare. All right. That we created a video. I could come here and click download if I said, oh, this is great. I can use this on my site. Obviously, this free version, it's going to have watermarks, things along those lines. So I would recommend upgrading to their next plan, which is like $20 a month, so that you can remove watermarks. You can get 1080p, higher, resolutions, things along those lines. But again, this is for demonstration purposes. If I didn't like certain aspects of the video, like I want to start the video off with not that person, but I wanted to put my logo, right? Yeah. See, I had the Jam and Jerk Pit logo. It's uploading it, right? Okay, let's see here, media. There we go. So I say replace, and see it replaced that first image, and I say apply changes, right? And then I can go back to the beginning and start.
Thanksgiving at the Jam and Jerk Pit, where Chicago meets the authentic taste of Jamaica. Bring your family and friends to a feast they'll never forget.
There. If I hit download, of course, I have to get it with watermarks, things like that. But I can say, okay, I want to do that. Sorry, keep the watermarks, keep it normal. It's going to have branding, and I click continue. And it's prepping it and it's exporting the video. So I'm just showing you how quickly that would have been. Right? So it still stays within the parameters. Like I said, I wanted it to be 30 seconds. It turned out to be 30 seconds, but it's 50 seconds. That's okay. And see, it's downloading here to my computer in less than a minute. Very small file that, again, I could start using it on Facebook, right? So you see the file downloaded, it's on my computer. I can use it for different things, upload it to Facebook, put it on YouTube, whatever, based on my marketing plan, right? I can go back and say, hey, where should I be using videos? And the marketing plan could say, suggest to use it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case may be, right? So again, this is the final version.
Thanksgiving at the Jam and Jerk Pit, where Chicago meets the authentic taste of Jamaica. Bring your family and friends to a feast they'll never forget, with dishes full of flavor and tradition. Share our signature jerk chicken, curried goat, and tropical sides made with the freshest ingredients. Toast the season with
Go ahead and stop there. So you guys get the gist. So this is another AI related tool. Once you probably up this version gives me like 10 minutes of videos that I could create. But again, they'll be watermarked. But this again could be used for him to, Jermaine can sit down, play with this and see, okay, let me make the right promo video. Once he gets the one that he likes, upgrades, and then he can download the rich, good content that he can start distributing on his online channels. All right, so let's go back to the presentation. So results, all right? We saw here that he could use for his business because his marketing plan is part of his business plan, right? So in a sense, he could have used it for business planning, for his website development, right? And for creating engaging content like the video that we just produced. So takeaways I want you guys to see with AI is that it's accessible and it's beneficial for your small business. It can be used in various business areas. We focused on marketing today, right? AI tools can be implemented without much technical expertise, as we saw demonstrated with Durable. He just answered 3 questions, right? And you whipped up a site, right? With InVideo, all we did was get a script, pop it in, and it made the video, right? So we saw practical uses of AI tools can then drive business growth, because with Jermaine using the ChatGPT, the Durable, and InVideo, it helped save him time, right? It gave him confidence in his business. It helped reduce costs, right? Because just imagine if he had to pay a videographer or someone else to do that. And then also it enhanced his customer engagement and experience, right? By creating content that they want, by creating visuals that will be appealing to them. All right, so that kind of concludes my presentation. Here's some information if you guys want to stay in contact with me, right? My email, my telephone number. Please visit our website at shyul.org. We have our entrepreneurship center, but we also assist small business owners in other areas of their lives. So definitely take a look at our website. And then if you want to stay connected with me, LinkedIn is great. You can reach out to me, linkedin.com/in/Leslie Williams Jr. So definitely would love to stay in contact and hopefully, probably be able to do some business advising to go deeper into some of the things that we talked about today. So again, thank you. And I wish you all the best with your business. And Allison, I'll pass it back over to you for Q&A.
Perfect. Thanks so much. So we've had some questions coming in, so I'll just go ahead and hop on. The first question is there a recommended course or class that can be taken to learn to use AI better?
recommended course. So, okay, I'll do my shameless plug. So actually, I'm teaching a class right now, but we're kind of on the tail end. So I run a program called Next Digital at the Urban League, right? And in the class, it kind of touches on some of the elements we went through today. I go through different tools, resources, and AI that you can use for your website, for a little bit about SEO, digital advertising, things along those lines. So we do that class twice a year. As I said, we're wrapping up. We're going to be finishing up before Thanksgiving, but we usually do it in spring and in fall. Outside of that, I mean, you can go on YouTube. There's YouTube University, right? You'll find tons of content there. So I also just advise going searching for how to use AI to do X, right? That's usually a good way to start your search on YouTube, and then just search through the videos that come up. There's again tons of content there.
Perfect. The next question is, what is the most efficient AI program you personally like most?
Which program that I love? ChatGPT. So just if any tool that you guys saw I demonstrate today, that's worth investing in is the ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I've been following it since it was announced, and I use it for everything, right? It's kind of integrated into my daily life right now. And they are continuously making enhancements. Like recently, they just made an enhancement where it's like a search engine. So you have ChatGPT search. That's available only in the paid. As I said, it's just $20. So it's a no-brainer. Pay the $20, you get the best experience. It's also able to generate images. So like, for example, if Jermaine in his restaurant wanted to create images that he could use for his Facebook, etc., the paid version of ChatGPT can just generate that for you. And then this is just the tip of what ChatGPT can do. So as business owners, if you're not using it, your competitors are, right? So if you want to stay in the game, you want to definitely be, better than the other business that's not using it, invest into it.
Perfect. We had another question. Are there any negatives to using AI?
Negatives. Sure they are. Well, okay. Yes, there can be, and you have to be, cognizant or aware of it. Like, I say don't take everything that ChatGPT produces as gospel, right? You must review it. Even it will show disclaimers. Sometimes it can be inaccurate. All these ChatGPT or these AI tools are doing is pulling information that it gathers from the internet, right? And we know the internet can be it can be a bad resource. So I always say, whatever it produces, read through it, double check it. Just don't. I know I was copy and pasting, but normally what I do, I review it. I do deep research, especially now with the research or the search capability. ChatGPT can give you citations, meaning I got the information from this website. So I usually click into the website, read it, make sure it's a reputable site, like, okay, it's coming from a reputable source. I can trust then the information. But if it's coming from a site like, I never heard of this site. No, it looks sketchy. No, I'll ask ChatGPT, can you get it from another website? And it will go back and do that. It's an extension of you, right? So don't let it be, oh, I'm just going to leave it kick back and let it take care of everything. No, it's a tool, right? So you use it wisely.
I think that's some good advice. It's great advice to end with. So we're at the end of our questions. I'd like to remind everyone this is recorded and will be sent out. And I also like to thank you all for attending and thank Leslie Williams, the Technology and Innovation Program Manager with the Chicago Urban League, for his time this morning. I'd also like to thank the Cook County Small Business Source for their continued support. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you again, Leslie, and have a great day.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic way.